Hi everyone, today I'm going to be talking to you about MailChimp sign-up forms. If you already read my blog, you know that I recently posted about all the different sign-up options available in MailChimp, and today I'm going to be giving you an example of how to set one up. So first we're going to log in to MailChimp. I'm just going to be using my new business account. So once you're logged into MailChimp, you will be brought to the dashboard. So the first thing we're going to do to set up our opt-in form is go to the lists tab here on the top. And a list is just basically where your email list subscribers are stored. So as you kind of get going with your business and become more familiar with MailChimp and email campaigns, you'll eventually have a lot of different kinds of lists depending on your business goals and what you're trying to accomplish with your email list. So you'll eventually segment them out into different groups, but for now we're just going to create a generic list for ourselves. So I'm just going to call this sample list, and I'm going to use my default business email as the default name and my business name as the default from name. When you're building a list, you should remind people how they got on your list. So MailChimp gives you an example here. You're receiving this email because you opted in at our website, etc., etc. Just remind people when they get the sign up or when they get an email campaign from you why they're receiving it. So you signed up to receive business news from Build It Society, or whatever you want to say. Your contact information is the same as when you signed up for MailChimp, and then you can choose when you want to be notified about new people signing up for your list. So it's up to you if you want to select one of these. Once you're all set, you can go ahead and save your list. And now you have a brand new list. So now we're going to click on sign up forms to create our opt-in form. And again, the email list, so once you create your opt-in form and post it to your website or to your blog or to wherever you're going to be using it, and people start using your form to sign up, that the opt-in form that they use will go onto that specific list. So if you have like 5 different lists, whichever one you choose back at the beginning will be the list they end up on when they use that opt-in form, if that makes sense. If you have any questions about that, feel free to leave them in the comments because that can be a little confusing, and I know I've seen people sort of get tripped up on that in the past. So as I mentioned before, I recently wrote a blog post about sign-up forms. I really love the MailChimp sign-up form builders. They're really flexible and it's super user-friendly to create a form. And I also love that there's a lot of different options. They make it super easy to create a form for the exact scenario that you need. So in the blog post, and again, I'll link to that blog post in the video comments if you're interested in reading it, but I talk about how to choose the form that's right for your circumstance. So the form you choose is really going to depend on a variety of factors, and that's kind of what I go into in the blog post. So if you're not very familiar with MailChimp or email opt-in forms, that could be a good resource for you to check out. So I'll just give a quick summary of what each of these are if you're not familiar with MailChimp. General forms is where you're going to create just like a generic landing page for your email. So this is going to be great if you need to provide a link to people to sign up for your email list, or if you want to have a whole separate page that's just for your email sign up. This is a real easy and simple way to do that. It's probably like the easiest and quickest way to get up and running with your email form, and this is what I'm going to be showing you how to do later in the tutorial. An embedded form is basically like if you have an existing page on your website or your blog you can embed an email sign up in that page. So let's say you have a blog and you want to put an email sign up form in the sidebar of your blog. You can use an embedded form to do that. Or if you want an email list sign up to be at the top of every page on your website up near the header, you would use an embedded form to do that. So those are really easy to set up too, and MailChimp gives you a lot of options there. You are going to have to do a little bit of editing code depending on how your website is set up if you want to use an embedded form, but it's also extremely simple. MailChimp gives you all the code you need, and if you're just even a slight bit technical, it will be very easy for you to use an embedded form. A subscriber pop-up, this third option here in red, is going to be what you see, like, for example, when you go to a lot of e-commerce sites and you arrive on the page and then 2 to 5 seconds later you get a pop-up that says something like, sign up for our email list to get 10% off coupon in your email or whatever. That's a subscriber pop-up. And that's also really easy to set up too in MailChimp if that is what you're going for. But again, there's a lot of options here. Check out that blog post if you want some guidance on things you should be thinking about when choosing a form. Otherwise, we are going to go ahead and just create a simple, basic, general email opt-in form. So go ahead and click that option. So the first thing you'll notice when you're on this page is this Create Form section. So this drop-down is going to link you to which portion of the sign-up process you're editing. So you can edit just the basic sign-up form, and this is the form that people are going to see whenever they're first signing up for your email list. Let's see, the thank you page. So this is what they're going to see after they've filled out the form and they need to go confirm the email address somewhere. So there's a lot of different options. I would say at the bare minimum, and some of these styles will carry over. So if we set up the sign-up form, for example, and set the background to blue, that'll carry over into the other forms. But if you really want to get fancy and do like different instructions on the different pages, different messaging, a different logo or whatever, you can really get very fancy with how you're styling these different pages. But the simplest and most straightforward thing to do is just style your sign-up form. And this should be, setting up your email opt-in form should be one of the first things you do before when you launch a new business or your new website. So I would say just go simple. You can always add more or change this later. The main thing is to just get this up as quickly as possible so you can start capturing email list subscribers. So choose sign-up form. There's a couple options around how you want people to receive your emails and how you want them to get signed up on your list. So the email format, this is important because not all email providers or not all email readers like Outlook or Gmail or Yahoo Mail or Hotmail or whatever you're using, some people can't receive HTML emails. So if you are sending HTML emails that are really nice looking to you, like almost like a little web page in your email, not everyone's going to be able to see those. So it's a good idea to give them the option of seeing plain text. If you don't care, you can always uncheck that, and then they won't have that option there on the bottom. Protect your sign-up form with ReCaptcha. This is basically if you've ever signed up for an email list and then you get a little photo at the bottom where you have to type in the letters on the photo. There's a lot of different ways they do that, but that's basically what this is. And I would say unless you're a large business, don't bother with this. It's not very user-friendly for the person signing up for the list. And in all honesty, small businesses, entrepreneurs, people who run fairly small blogs, unless you have a huge, huge readership on the order of like Target or Crate & Barrel or a huge company, you're probably not going to have to worry about robots spamming your email list. Of course, I don't want to eat my words when I say that. So if you really want to do this and really think that that's a risk for you, feel free to check this. But I will say it's not very user-friendly for the user. It's a little bit annoying, and you probably aren't going to have to worry about it unless you're a larger size business. So leave that up to you. Sign up form URL, we're just going to skip this for now and use the default one. We can maybe come back to that in a future episode if you guys are interested in talking more about the sign up form URL. Okay, so now on to the good stuff. Build it, design it, translate it. These are our 3 steps that we're going to go through. So build it. I am just going to give my email sign up list a simple title. And close that. Then I'm going to edit some simple instructions. And then I'm going to decide what fields I want to capture about my audience. So in some cases, you might want to capture a lot of unique information about the people signing up for your email list. Maybe you want their birthday to send them, some kind of promotion on their birthday, or maybe you want to capture some custom text about someone, or what region they're located in. This is going to really depend on your business. For me, I want to keep it as simple as possible. I mean, I don't even really need to know their last name, so I'm just going to click on this field and then delete it because I don't need to collect that, and I want to make it as easy as possible for people to sign up. And the faster the form is to get through, the easier it's going to be. So all I care about really is the email address and maybe the first name, just so I can kind of like personalize it a little bit, but still keep it quick. So that is pretty much it on the build it. So you can see how easy that was. If I had wanted to add something like a birthday, all I have to do is click this field on the right here in this section, and it would appear here on the bottom. And then you can kind of like drag them around if you want them in a different order. It's really up to you. So anyway, I don't care about the birthday. But if I did, that is how I would add it. The next thing is the design it section. So you have a few options here to set your background color. If you want to change things about the header, which is this where it says Build It Society email opt-in, that's where you do that. Or you can use an image if you want like your logo in here. So I'm just gonna drop my logo in here. Where's my logo? In my WordPress section. And that'll just take 1 second. And we'll just hit save and insert image. You might have to do some fiddling around if it looks too big or whatever, but for the sake of keeping this video brief, I will leave it like that. So you can have your logo in there, which looks kind of nice. If you wanted to edit your background to, maybe I want it to be white. Or whatever, you can change it there. Maybe I want it to be black. You can change it there. Whatever you want to make it branded to how you like it and to match the aesthetic of your business, you have a lot of options. You can also change the buttons, the field labels, field text if you want like a different font, button text. You can put in some error information if you want your error text to be like a different color, like maybe a crazy green color. That's easy to do if they fill something out incorrectly. So you really have a lot of flexibility if you're clicking around here to just customize this to how you want it to look. And once you're happy with it, you So all you need to do is take this URL and copy it, and I'll open up a new tab here to show you. And that's now the URL of your sign up form. So you can take that URL and put it in, like point a tab from your website at it, or put it on your Instagram profile description, or wherever you want to start capturing these from. It's really easy. And then all someone would have to do is put their information in and subscribe. And once they hit subscribe, like I told you, some of these settings will carry over onto the confirmation page. So my logo is still here, that background color I selected is still here, and then it just gives you instructions to confirm the subscription. And then once people have signed up for this, once you are starting to get some subscriptions, you just go in to view your subscribers. So again, just click the lists tab, click in your sample list or whatever list you created. And once you start getting subscribers from that opt-in form, they'll appear here. So very simple, very straightforward. This will take you less than 5 minutes. It's so easy to do, and it is going to help you get such a good return for your business if you start working on growing your email list. So I hope this helped you. Again, check out that blog post, link in the video comments if you are interested in reading more, or contact me at info@builditsociety.com with any questions. Thanks for watching.